If you're watching this video right now, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Because today's story is the kind that stays with you long after the screen fades to black. A story that begins with a secret and ends with a truth powerful enough to change two lives. It all starts with Michael Carter, a 32-year-old single dad from Minnesota, driving down a quiet country highway with his 6-year-old daughter, Emily, asleep in the back seat. His hands kept tightening on the steering wheel, not from the curves of the road, but from the memories waiting at the destination. He hadn't been back to Maple Ridge in almost 10 years, and he hadn't seen Sarah Whitman, his childhood girlfriend, in just as long. Michael told everyone he was going back just to take a break, to get some fresh air, to let Emily see where he grew up. But the truth? Part of him wanted to face the girl he once loved, the girl he left behind, the girl who stopped replying to his letters after the 9th month he went silent, consumed by the chaos of early fatherhood and a relationship that collapsed before it even began. That he had broken her heart, and he feared she had surely moved on by now. When he reached Maple Ridge, it felt like walking into another lifetime. The bakery on the corner still smelled like cinnamon rolls at dawn. The park still echoed with the laughter of summer evenings. The old wooden bridge still creaked with every shift of the wind. And Sarah, well, he didn't know who she was anymore. Marriage? Kids? A whole new life. He assumed yes, he expected yes. But he was wrong. When he knocked on the door of her family's small, white farmhouse, he didn't expect her to open it herself. She looked exactly how memory had preserved her. Soft brown hair, clear hazel eyes, and that quiet smile she always tried to hide whenever she got emotional. But there was something else. Something still and gentle and untouched by time. "Michael?" she whispered, breath-catching. "Is it really you?" Emily peeked from behind his leg, and Sarah's eyes softened even more. Inside the house, they talked like years were pages they could simply turn back. But beneath the nostalgia, something heavy lingered. Something Sarah kept holding back. It wasn't until the third evening, after dinner, when Emily had fallen asleep on the couch, that the truth slipped out. Michael apologized. Not once, not twice, but 10 times, for disappearing, for hurting her, for all the letters he stopped writing when his life fell apart. And Sarah listened, quiet, patient, like she had been waiting for this moment longer than she wanted to admit. "Michael," she finally said, voice trembling. "I never moved on." He blinked, confused. "What do you mean?" Her cheeks flushed. Her hands tightened around her sweater. She couldn't look him in the eye when she said it. I never gave myself to anyone else. I'm still a virgin." The words hit him harder than anything he had prepared for. Not because he judged her, not because he pitied her, but because it meant she had held on to something deep, emotional, sacred, long after he left. It meant she had loved him quietly through all the years that had broken him. He sat there speechless as 1,000 memories rushed back. Walks by the river, stolen kisses under the bleachers, the way she used to look at him like he was someone worth believing in. "Why?" he finally asked. "Why would you wait all this time?" She looked at him with tears shining in her eyes. "Because you were my first love, and every time someone else came along, I kept comparing them to you. None of them felt right. None of them felt like home." That night, Michael didn't touch her, didn't kiss her, didn't even hold her hand. He simply sat beside her and let her cry softly into his shoulder, realizing the weight of what she had carried alone in the days that followed. He began to see Sarah through new eyes, not as the girl he had left, but as the woman she had become. Strong, nurturing, deeply loyal, and quietly brave. Emily adored her, and Sarah adored Emily with a tenderness that left Michael breathless. For the first time in years, he felt something he thought he had lost forever: hope. But life doesn't give happy endings that easily. Michael's ex, a woman who had abandoned him and Emily years ago, suddenly reappeared. She demanded custody, claiming she had changed. What followed was weeks of paperwork, hearings, and emotional exhaustion. Through it all, Sarah stayed, held him up, held Emily when she had nightmares, held the pieces of a family that wasn't even hers yet. One evening, after a crushing court meeting, Michael broke down. "Why do you stay?" he whispered. "You don't owe us anything." Sarah touched his cheek gently, so gently it almost broke him. "I'm not staying because I owe you," she said. "I'm staying because I love you, both of you, and I'm not afraid of your past." It was the first time he kissed her again. Soft, slow, full of all the years they had lost. For months, they fought the custody battle together, and they won. Not because Michael was perfect, but because he had something far more powerful. Stability, love, and a woman standing beside him who made their home complete. 6 months later, on a quiet autumn day, Michael took Sarah to the old wooden bridge where they'd first kissed as teenagers. This time, he knelt. "Sarah," he said, voice shaking, "I don't want your love to live in memories anymore. I want it in our present, our future, our home. Will you marry me?" She didn't need to speak. Her tears, her smile, and the way she threw her arms around him said everything. And that night, for the first time, they shared what her heart had saved only for him. It wasn't rushed, it wasn't dramatic, it was two souls finding their way back to a place they had never truly left. The story ends not with perfection, but with something far more real. A single dad learning he deserved love again. A woman discovering that waiting for the right man wasn't foolish. It was brave. And a little girl finding the mother she always wished for. If this story touched your heart, remember, love doesn't always come easy, but when it comes with honesty, patience, and two people willing to fight for it, it's worth every mile traveled back home. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more stories like this. Stories that remind us that second chances aren't just possible, they're beautiful.